Scope creep. This occurs when minor, unchecked requests slowly expand project boundaries, much like letting a cat sleep on the edge of your bed, only to find yourself pushed off by 3 a.m. Constantly saying yes to tiny features silently drains your budget, delays your timeline, and hampers team productivity. This usually stems from vague requirements or a desire to please stakeholders. The quick fix is to implement a strict change request process that requires an impact assessment for every new task, no matter how minor. Gold plating. This is the practice of adding extra features or polish that the client didn't ask for, much like a cat proudly bringing a dead gecko to your pillow. While it comes from a desire to over-deliver, it frequently results in wasted time and increased complexity. Unlike scope creep, which is client-driven, gold plating is an internal issue, where resources are spent on nice-to-haves instead of core deliverables. In professional fields, this matters because it distracts from primary objectives and can introduce new points of failure that weren't there before. The quick fix is to stick strictly to the agreed-upon definition of done and stop once all core requirements are met. Bottlenecks. This happens when a single point in the workflow becomes so congested that it slows every subsequent task. It is like a narrow highway during rush hour, where volume exceeds capacity. In a project, this might look like a manager who must sign off on every detail, or a piece of equipment that only processes one request at a time. Identifying these points is vital because the entire project can only move as fast as its slowest component. You can resolve this by cross-training team members to handle multiple roles, or delegating decision-making authority to clear the jam. Siloed thinking. This occurs when teams work in isolation, without considering broader goals, like one cat stealing chicken while another knocks over a vase in separate rooms. It creates a detached attitude that leads to integration errors when pieces are finally brought together. Breaking down these invisible walls ensures everyone understands how their individual contributions fit into the larger puzzle of the peaceful home project. To achieve this, schedule regular cross-functional syncs to ensure every department is aligned with the overall project roadmap. The sunk cost fallacy. This is the psychological trap of continuing a failing strategy because you've already invested time and money. This bias applies heavily to modern projects, where teams cling to outdated designs to justify previous costs. Recognizing this is essential to prevent further resources from being thrown into a void. A simple fix is to evaluate project viability based only on future potential, treating past investments as gone, regardless of the outcome. Communication breakdown. When information fails to flow clearly, the entire structure wobbles, much like a cat meowing for food being mistaken for a challenge by another cat. It manifests as contradictory instructions, or multiple people working on the same task. Prevent this by establishing a single source of truth for project data and using standardized communication channels for all updates. Unrealistic deadlines. These are timelines set without understanding the labor involved. Driven by external pressure, they prioritize speed over accuracy, leading to burnout and technical debt. While a tight schedule can drive focus, a physically impossible deadline only demoralizes the team. Always build a 15 to 20% time buffer into your schedule to account for unforeseen delays and complex tasks. Technical debt. This describes the long-term cost of choosing a quick solution now, much like kicking sand over a mess in the litter box instead of cleaning it. You get a benefit today, but you'll pay it back with interest later through rework and maintenance. When a team ignores technical debt for too long, the interest becomes so high that they can no longer progress because they are too busy fixing old mistakes. To manage this, dedicate a set percentage of every work cycle, like 20%, specifically to refactoring and fixing technical debt. If you're ready to stop chasing laser pointers and start delivering real results, hit that subscribe button for more from Cats Do Projects.